Alright, my minion. So it's a little I don't want to say disclaimer, but before we get started in the main video, I just want to let y'all know it's a little shaky. So my camera lady wasn't feeling well. Not sure what's going on. We'll get her fixed and up and running and good to go. But it's a little shaky. Still some great content, great information I'm putting out there about the keto diet. So please, worst case scenario, just listen. It's not bad to watch, especially on the phone, or even if you just kind of minimize the screen a little bit. But if the screen's bigger, I was looking at it, watching the video on my laptop, and giving me a little bit of a headache. So smaller screens, like I said, phones, not too bad, but there's some shakiness to the video. I apologize for that, but this is some good content, and I don't want to risk losing information, good information that I'm putting out to you, that I put out in this video, by redoing it. That's the only reason why I'm not redoing it. It's about 15 minutes long, a lot of information, and I do tend to talk a little fast. So but yeah, just keep in mind, I'm coming up with some alternatives, especially when my camera lady is not feeling well. So I give my apologies for the shakiness of the video, and I sincerely hope you enjoy it. Thank you. All right, my minions. Yes, thank you again for joining the Nemesis group. I greatly appreciate you being here. I really do. So the time has come. I'm going to cover the keto diet. It's a very fascinating read. It's a very fascinating concept in diet. But to start, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I love you all, so no lies here. I will not be doing the keto diet myself for many reasons, and I'm explaining that right now. I don't mind explaining myself. The devil's in the details. It is just not conducive and sustainable with my lifestyle, what I'm doing right now. When I'm doing intermittent fasting, I primarily work nights on night shifts. A lot of the restrictions, it interferes with what I'm doing right now, what works for me right now. Intermittent fasting works for me right now. The types of foods that I'm eating while I'm doing intermittent fasting is working perfectly for me right now. So it's just not conducive to me, it's not sustainable for me, and that's okay. You must do what works for you, and this is what I've been telling you a lot. Do what works for you. Study on it. Whatever it is that you're doing, study it. You may have to make modifications. What works for some people may not work for you. Unfortunately, there's no magic cure, one shot stop, cure all, fix all for everybody. So you have to do research. You got trial and error. Try different things. The keto diet in itself is not going to work for me right now. So I'm basically armchairing it at this point. I've been consulting with my wife, a lot of information I'm gathering, consulting from my wife, and just seeing just the phenomenal results that she's had on the keto diet. So I know it works. I know it works for many people firsthand. I've been there on their journey with them, or I guess side by side, supporting them, behind them, while they've been doing it. And I've seen the results of my wife and other people have had on the keto diet. I just will not be able to participate in it right now. I just want to point that out, make that clear, because I'm a firm believer in doing what I'm asking other people to do and giving out the information that I'm giving. I don't like to armchair it. I don't like to boast or talk about things based on other people's work. I will do it. I will try to experiment with myself before trying to have other people do things. In most cases, 99.999% of the time, I'm going to try it myself before I recommend it to anybody. And even if it works for me, doesn't mean it's going to work for somebody else. Even if it does not work for me, does not mean that it's not going to work for anybody. But at the same time, I cannot in good conscience recommend things without trying it myself. That's just me, and I think that should be for all instructors. And a good instructor should have experience in what they're doing 99.999% of the time. But anyway, so getting into the keto diet, it is very fascinating. It's a phenomenal concept, And fasting in general has been around for hundreds of years. It's not something that's new here. Now, the keto diet in its construct now, it's been recently developed in like the past 15 years or so. But ketosis and ketogenesis is nothing new. Actually, history goes back to about the 1920s, 1930s, where it was introduced as a way to help epileptic children and the seizures that they were having, and it was really doing really well. The concept of the keto diet stems back to the 20s and 30s, and not just children, also in adults as well. And it was working very well, very high success rate. And then modern medicine came along, so the keto diet lost its popularity. But hey, why use a natural, non-invasive way of curing diseases when you can use artificial, chemically enhanced methods that will, I guess, basically give you your instant results, but have only minor side effects such as death later on down the line. But hey, who am I to judge on that? So, but fasting in general and even the keto diet, I mean, the health benefits alone, most people now, obviously, the fad and the popularity has come into the weight loss aspect of the keto diet, but there's so many different health benefits, so many different benefits involved in it, such as, I mean, it helps with prevention and the cure of, I won't say cure, but for lack of a better term, cure of cancers. It helps with people with type 2 diabetes. It reduces blood sugars and your insulin sensitivity. Helps reduce your blood pressure. It's good with heart disease. It's good on just so many different. There's also some ovarian diseases and disorders that it can help with. And that's just with the keto diet. But again, like I said, fasting in general, the different fastings that are out there, and mostly it's the water, keeping someone on mostly a water diet and fasting. It's been around for basically forever. This is not a new concept. So many more health benefits involved in the keto diet than just weight loss, even though that is primarily why people today get involved in the keto diet. But what makes the keto diet special, makes it work, I'm not going to get into the weeds behind the science of it. I just started reading the actual, I'm still doing research, but I've done research on the science and all the technical terms behind the keto. I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to make this very simple and simplest. I'm a fan of simplicity. So, but basically, the concept of the keto is low or no carbs, moderate protein, and high fat diet. Putting all that together causes your body to burn fat, break down fat, and turn that fat into energy and send that energy to the brains, the skeletal system, the muscular system, and throughout your body that your body uses and propels itself forward. But in the simplicity, that is the basis of the keto diet. Takes the low carbs, protein, moderate protein, high fat, does its thing, and it causes your body basically jump into a fat burning machine. And that basically creates what's known as ketones, turns that fat into energy that your body needs to do what it's doing. Take that, add that to obviously exercising, the basic concept of burning fat. Eat less, move more. So add an exercise regimen to that, it's only beneficial. As far as weight loss goes, will only help add to that and actually get you results faster. But basically, you're putting your body into ketosis or ketogenesis. And it's sustainable. You can do it for a long period of time. My wife's been doing it for years, and there's books that I'm going to get into, and I will put the list of books in this description, the ones that my wife have used and have worked. There are so many cookbooks out there. What's also good about it is you can actually, if you're going out to a restaurant, this is the kind of the failure of a lot of diets. Say if you're not at home, if you don't have home field advantage where you can prep and and do it yourself. Once you go out and you're eating out in town, you eat at a restaurant, or whatever the case may be. So I guess that break in the video was kind of a blessing, because I forgot. There was one little thing that I did forget to mention about the keto diet, that even when you're grocery shopping, there is keto friendly snacks, keto friendly foods. I mean, if you're into the microwavable thing, there are definitely keto friendly microwavable dinners, things of that nature. So it's very easy, probably the easiest diet to stick with, regardless of where you are. So yeah, it's very beneficial, basically on everything that I've read, everything that I've said. So I just wanted to put that out there. But again, my apologies for the break. I will eventually remember to turn off all of my damn alarms. Thank you. One of these days I'm gonna learn my lesson and turn all of my damn alarms off. I apologize for that break. But as I was saying, with the keto diet, you can, when you're in a restaurant, you can actually pick and choose what you want to eat that will coincide with that diet, to make sure that you're maintaining low carbs or no carbs, moderate protein, and high fat. So it's very, like I said, it's sustainable and easy to adapt, easy to adjust to, especially when you're out in town or you're over someone else's house. Anywhere where you're not at your house and you're not in full control of what you eat and your diet. So, sustainability. One of the things that I preach most of all, sustainability. Is it good for you? And then most importantly, is it good for you long term? We get into the habit of these quick fixes. Everybody wants, obviously, results now, instant results. And quick fixes. Quick fixes don't help you at all. So what's sustainable? What's good in the long run? Keto is very good in the long run. I've always been doing it for years. You can modify it, you can taper it off. It's very modifiable. Like anything else, you're gonna have to adjust it. And you have to fit it to you. There's an article and a link that I'm gonna give you in the description below, and it goes through everything in its most simplistic form. Some of the side effects that you'll get, increased thirst, maybe dry mouth. And then let's say a side effect, you'll a decrease in your hunger, which is good. No one likes hunger pains. There's also you will experience what's known as the keto flu. And it's just kind of your body's adjusting. This is a new thing for your body, the keto diet. And so basically the biggest cure for it is increasing your electrolytes, which is as simple as basically just a teaspoon of salt here and there. Drink some salt water, just get some extra in you. You're gonna have to make modifications. If you start experiencing the keto flu or some side effects, don't just quit. All right, listen to your body. Like anything else I introduced to you or tell you about, don't just take my word for it. Read up on it, do your homework, read into the keto diet. I'm gonna give you some links in the description that will give you a lot of information along with books that you can read that explains everything in its most simplistic form. I don't believe in things being difficult just for the sake of being difficult, just so I or anyone else can feel important about themselves. I'm a fan of simplicity. So if things start feeling off, if you're doing this diet, don't just quit, figure it out. These are side effects that are normal. Also what's known as, like I said, the keto flu. And it's a simple fix as adding a little bit extra salt. The article I'm going to send you, I want you to read up on this. I mean, it breaks down everything, and also as well, it's going to tell you the foods to avoid, the foods that you should have, a basic diet plan, 7-day diet plan, of things, recipes and things that you can get into. Very, very good. But that's my spiel on the keto diet. I would like to partake in it. It's just not suitable for me right now, but it is a diet that I definitely do recommend. Even without the weight loss, it's just so many different health benefits that go into it as well, and just fasting in general, which I've covered the benefits of fasting when I went into intermittent fasting. There's also some information out there the base kind of the origin of the more keto side of the keto diet was also help babies who were, I guess, more sensitive to sugar. They couldn't breastfeed because of the sugar content. So it was a way to feed babies a higher fat diet, and so they would live. So, I mean, the proof's in the pudding. I will also say, and you'll read in the article, there's there's 4 types, kind of modifications to the keto diet. The 2 main ones you consider yourself is what's known as the standard keto diet, and there's also one for those who are more active, especially in strength training and powerlifting, power training, things of that nature, is a high protein keto diet. For those who need that extra protein content to support their lifestyle, athleticism and performance and all that. Two more diets I will be covering. I'm going to do the Master Cleanse next. I'm gonna get that one out the way. It's a brutal diet, and you'll understand why once we get into it. Not sustainable at all, but has worked. I have done that before. I do not plan on doing that ever again, by the way. The next one will be the carnivore diet. I do plan on doing that diet. I haven't done it yet. I will be covering it. I'm studying up on it. I'm gonna read up on it. I hear great things about it, but what will determine whether or not I will do it or not will be dependent upon what I research. But I am very interested in actually doing that diet, the carnivore diet. So those are the next 2 videos that I will cover, and that will basically be it for the diet series that's going on, that's happening. What's coming up? I've mentioned everything else is coming up down the line. I have some t-shirts that will be coming out. Not necessarily like business type Nemesis Group t-shirts like I have, just fun t-shirts, fun designs that's coming out down the line as well. But as usual, just thank you. I appreciate you being here. Please like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. It means the world to me. And I will see y'all next time. Thank you.